Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Ultra Confusion interview. This time we have...
Justin Gary, here from Bakugan.
And tell us a little bit about Bakugan.
Bakugan is a really exciting property. For those of you that may be familiar with it, it was actually launched about a decade ago originally. It was hugely popular, and now we just recently, a couple months ago, relaunched it. We have a brand new cartoon, a brand new game, brand new toys, all of it integrated together. It's been really exciting. We're actually able to show that off here at the show.
So what exactly was your drive to bring it back to the masses now?
Well, it's something that's always been planned. People loved it. It was like such a cool excitement. The toys themselves start off as little plastic balls and they pop open into monsters, and it was just super innovative when it happened. But we knew we could take it to the next level. So now you see the toys, and we'll show you some of those later. They are brand new. They actually will like pop open and flip. There's all kinds of crazy designs. There's the Ultra Ball designs, which take it to a whole other level. And then the game side, which is really my specialty, is something that we really wanted to take it to something that would not just appeal to kids, but also to the generation that grew up on the original Bakugan. My background has been in trading card games and game design for 20 years now. Mm-hmm. We brought all of that to Bakugan. We've been working on it for the last 3 years, more than 3 years now. They've been working on building out the game so that it's got all the strategy and depth that people want. You can collect cards, you can collect the toys. There's tons of different things for people to play with, and so it's been really great here at the show. We've seen kids from ages of 5 and 6 all the way up to people in their teens and 20s all playing the game. So it's been really great seeing families come together and building all that out.
So you kind of answered one of my questions already, and that was like the age range you were looking for, but also what do you think the learning curve is for this game?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we worked really hard to make sure that the game could appeal to people of all ages. So the basic version of the game is super simple, right? So each player starts with 3 Bakugan balls. You set out the field of what we call Baku cores, so these little metal hexes. You roll them out at the same time. When you pop open, you add the number on your Bakugan to the number on your core. Higher number wins. Super simple, couldn't be any easier, right? Mm-hmm. And then we layer a trading card game on top of that, which is a little bit more advanced, where you'll draw cards, you can use them to boost your Bakugan, you can evolve your Bakugan to make them better. Each one has cards that can level it up, and you actually attack the other player's deck. So whenever you win a fight, you knock cards out of their deck, and the first person to knock all the cards off their deck wins. Mm-hmm. So even explaining the basics of that doesn't take too long, but now there's hundreds of cards, and now combined with the dozens of Bakugan, the strategies start to go deeper and deeper and deeper, and so that's where somebody, again, this is for me, like I try to build games that last a lifetime. Like the other games that I've worked on, they've, last a decade or more, and that's exactly what we want for Bakugan, to have something that has enough. It's simple enough that anybody can pick it up, and you love the toys, you play the toy game, but it's deep enough that you can stay with it for your entire life.
All right, so my next question is, I know that we're kind of like in this age of instant gratification. So what is like your normal like speed of the game? Like if you got 2 masters going up against each other, I'm sure it's going to take forever. But what's your...
No, it doesn't. It doesn't take forever. In fact, we purposely built the game so that it always drives to conclusion. Mm-hmm. One of the cool things about this game compared to other ones is both players take their turns at the same time. Okay. So I don't have to sit and wait for you forever to make a decision to do your thing. We both roll our Bakugan at the same time, we battle at the same time, and then the winner does their attacks, and then you move to the next turn and you do it all again. Mm-hmm. So even advanced players playing the most advanced version of the game, you're going to be done in 20 minutes or less. And the simple version of the game could take 5 minutes. And so we would rather you be able to play a game that happens quickly and that you would be like so excited to play again rather than sit and play a game for an hour or whatever. So we really try to keep that in mind as we were developing the game. And so there's a lot of strategy, but it moves very fast and drives to conclusion quickly.
So you said that you're an industry expert and with many, many years in there. How much knowledge, I'm sure that you're probably applying all the knowledge from your past, but for this specifically, is there something like that you always wished you could have done in a previous project that you're able to do with the Bakugan, or?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I worked on the team that worked with the team when we were doing Yu-Gi-Oh! I've designed Magic cards. Mm-hmm. I have my other games. So, a lot of the biggest brands out there. I worked on a Pokemon camp, training kids to play that game. Mm-hmm. So I've worked on all of the major brands that are out there. And this one tries to take the lessons and the best of all of those and add something that people have never seen. Because being able to use the toys and add that kinetic component, the excitement of rolling the balls at the floor, just trying to get it to pop open, it like creates this drama. As you can see, we actually have this cage match set up here, and we've been doing battles. We're going to be doing battles all weekend. Mm-hmm. And you can see people gasp and cheer and get that excitement that you just don't get from a regular trading card game. Mm-hmm. So the excitement of being able to build something that's kinetic and exciting and vibrant, in addition to strategic and deep and interesting and collectible, that's something I've been able to do here that I was never able to do in my entire history of my career.
So with it kind of making its big re-debut, where do you think you're going to be taking this from here?
Well, see, I'm already working on year 4 stuff, so I know where we're taking it.
All right.
I can't tell you, of course
not.
but there's tons of exciting plans. We know we want to continue to spread and do events all around the world. We know we want to continue to do and build presences and communities at local stores and get people's local communities playing and having more opportunities for people to interact. We know we're building up our huge presence online. We're available, the Bakugan official channel on YouTube and on Twitter and on Instagram are constantly putting out content. And it's not just about us, it's about the fans, right? We are bringing in huge influencers and people who are creating their own YouTube channels and creating their own streams to build communities themselves. You'll see some of them here at the show. And we are encouraging that because it's not just traditionally, and I grew up this way, it's all about the local communities at the local stores and all of us playing, and that's still critically important. But now it's also about the online communities and the YouTubers and the bloggers and the people to build that and build those communities that way and organically. And we're the whole point of all of this, right? It's this giant booth, it's all these cool things. What we actually care about is reaching people like you and reaching these audiences and building no, look, here's our tribe, here's our community, here's the things that are coming. And that's a huge part of it. And then, of course, look, we've got awesome plans for the cartoon. We've got awesome new toys that do even crazier things than they do now. We've got card designs and new mechanics and new things that, again, I can't get into details on, but this team knows how to do what we do, and that part we got locked down, and now it's really just about getting the word out, building those communities, and getting it set up so that year 2, year 3, year 4, every year gets better than the last.
So the question then, because I've seen a lot of games try to marry themselves with a show and stuff. So I'm assuming that anything that happens with the game is going to happen. The stuff that's available in the game will be available in the show, vice versa.
Right. So obviously the game is much hungrier for content than a show is ever going to be. So there's always going to be more stuff in the game. But we work very closely with the animation team. We work very closely. The toy team is here. Everybody makes sure that the whole thing is aligned. And we've done this. We had to. It's actually been great. So we've been out now for about 5 months, but I was working on this 3 years prior to that, and it was all the teams working together to make sure that these things were aligned, that the characters you see in the show are the characters you see in the game, that the things that they do make sense in the game, and that it all aligns in a way, and that the toys really come to life and represent those things. The new toys are introduced at the same time that they're introduced in the show. So all of that stuff's been planned to link it all together because we want it to feel like an awesome cohesive whole and not just a toy that happens to have a game that happens to have a cartoon. Everything's linked together. All the teams have worked together beautifully. It's an incredibly large-scale project, and it's been amazing to see all of the talented people come together to make it, even to see what's live today. And again, I know what's coming next, so I can't wait to show that stuff off.
So you said all your social media things. So we're talking about Facebook, which is Bakugan Official. Instagram, which is Bakugan. Twitter, @Bakugan. And then your YouTube channel is Bakugan Official.
That's correct. Yes, we have them all listed here. Bakugan Official on Facebook also.
Okay. So is there any other channels, or are these the 4?
That's not enough for you?
No, of course not. There's never enough social media.
The other thing that I recommend is there's a Bakugan app, and it's totally free. You can get it on Android and iOS. There's actually little mini games you can play. There's a catalog of all the figures. There's little show clips. We actually also have little mini show clips that are available on the YouTube channel, but it gives you lots of cool little insights, and we'll have news updates and stuff from that. So that's a really fun way to just have Bakugan in your pocket and be able to kind of play and interact with that there. But yeah, so all of those channels, and of course everybody that we can talk to about it.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank you for taking time to do this interview. I'm excited to see Bakugan back because I'm going to be honest, I vaguely remember it from a decade ago, but as soon as I heard about it, I'm like, oh yes, I know this. And of course, speaking from personal experience, my son's already gotten one of the new Bakugans. I don't remember which one it is, but he's like, "Look, Dad." I'm like, "Where'd you get that?" So,
well, that's awesome. Well, we're gonna have to play the game with you so you can, show him what's up.
We'll see. Thank you for the interview, and the best of luck to you.
Awesome. Thanks very much.
Thanks.